Good morning, guys. So today we are going to start our new lesson. I know that we had not originally planned to be on red during this time, but that's where we are. So we're going to go ahead and start this process this way. So back in try 1, we did a little bit on polygons. So just to remember, a polygon is a closed figure, which means no holes, no gaps, made up of at least 3 or more segments, and only intersects each segment at their endpoints. The sides of a polygon are their segments, for instance, PQ or QR or RS or ST or TP. The vertex or the vertices are the points or the corners, so point P, Q, R, S, T. And the diagonals would connect non-consecutive vertices like PR or PS. Okay, when classifying polygons, we can call them convex or concave. So convex means all the corners point out. So this particular example is convex. Concave means that one of the corners caves in. So like this would be an example of concave because one corner caves in. Regular means it's both equilateral and equiangular. So just as a reminder, equilateral means all sides the same. Equiangular means all angles the same. All right, so when you name polygons, you can name them 2 ways. You can name them by their letters, or you can name them by the number of sides that they have. So if I wanted to name this polygon by his vertices, I would just call him PQRST or TSRQP. It's just the letters without skipping any of them. You just name every letter. If I name it by its number of sides, then we count the sides and that will give us a name. So if it has 3 sides, it's a triangle. 4 sides is a quadrilateral. 5 sides is a pentagon, like the government building. 6 sides is a hexagon. 7 sides is a heptagon, so H-E-P-T. 8 sides is an octagon. 9 sides is a nonagon. 10 sides is a decagon. 11 sides is a hendecagon. And 12 sides is a dodecagon. Anything beyond 12, you'll just name it number dash gon, so like 15 gon. All right, so that was what we learned first try. So we're going to add on to this. So the first thing here is the angle sum theorem, which would be like the interior angles. This is n minus 2 times 180. So if you take n, the number of sides, minus 2 times 180, it will tell you what the angles are supposed to add up to be. Number of sides. Okay. Now, if I want to find one interior angle, then I just take that sum, n minus 2 times 180, and I divide it by the number of sides. So that will tell me what one of them is as long as it's regular. Now, the exterior angles always add up to 360. So that one's easy. Always add to 360. And then if I want to find one exterior angle of a regular polygon, it's just 360 divided by n. So those are basically the formulas you need. So sum of the interior, n minus 2 times 180. Sum of the exterior is 360. If you want one of them, then you take the sum divided by n. So that's pretty much the straightforward way. So for example 1 and 2, it says find the sum of the measures of each polygon. So the first thing you need to know is how many sides does it have? So in number 1, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides. So the formula says, so n equals 8. The formula says take n minus 2, so 6, times 180, and that will give us our sum. So the total here, 6 times 180 is 1080. All right, looking at number 2, again, we take the number of sides, so this is 12. 12 minus 2, n equals 12. 12 minus 2 is 10. 10 times 180 is going to give you 1800. All right, so that's how we're going to do it. N minus 2 times 180. All right, for 3, 4, and 5, it tells us to find one angle in each polygon. So now we're looking for one interior angle. So you start with the sum of the inside, and then you divide by n. So the formula you're using is n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. All right, so this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides. N is 8. 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 times 180 is 1080. Now we just divide by n, so we divide by 8. So 1080 divided by 8 is 135. So each angle here is 135 degrees. Okay, number 4 is the same way. The first thing you're going to do is find the sum. So n is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. N equals 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 times 180 is 540. Then we just take 540 divided by n. So in this case, 540 divided by 5. And we get 108 degrees. So in this case, each angle here is 108 degrees. All right, for number 5, it's the same thing. N equals 11. So we're going to have 11 minus 2, which is 9. 9 times 180 is 1620. And then we take 1620 divided by n, which is 11. So 1620 divided by 11 gives us 147 point, and it says round to the nearest tenth, so 147.3 degrees. All right, for 6 and 7, it says find the missing angle measures. So in this case, we're going to have to figure out what x is and then plug it in. So we have to find the sum first. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So n equals 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 times 180 is 360. So these angles should add up to 360. So I'm just going to write them all down. So 2x plus 20 plus 2x plus 2x plus 2x plus 20 is supposed to give me 360 degrees. So we're going to combine our like terms. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8 x's, and then 20 plus 20 is 40, equals 360. Subtract 40 from both sides, we get 8x equals 320, and then divide by 8. So 320 divided by 8 gives us 40. So in this case, x equals 40. So 2 times 40 is 80, so we know both of these angles are 80. And then 80 plus 20 is 100, so we know that both of these angles are 100. So we added up all of the stuff inside there, set it equal to the sum, solve for x, and plug it in. Now number 7 is exterior angles, and on the front we said exterior angles always add to 360. It doesn't matter how many sides it has. So this one I don't have to do that first step because we know the sum is 360, so I just write out all my angles, equals 360. Combine my like terms, so we've got 2x's, 9x's, and 6x's. So 15, 16, 17x plus 139 equals 360. Subtract 139 from both sides, and I get 17x equals 221, and then divide by 17. So x is 13. So in this case, x equals 13. So 6 times 13 will give me this top angle is 78. 2 times 13 is 26. And 9 times 13 tells me that last angle is 117. So find x and plug it in. Okay, for 8 and 9, it says find the measure of one exterior angle and round to the nearest tenth. So we know the exterior is always 360. And then we just divide by the number of sides. So a decagon has 10 sides. So 360 divided by 10 is 36. And this one, again, the sum is 360 divided by 16. 360 divided by 16 tells us this angle is 22.5. All right, 10 and 11. The measure of, oh, I can tell you so we did 360 divided by n is the formula for that. Okay, 10 and 11. The measure of an exterior angle is given. Find the measure of the interior angle and then find the number of sides. So this is basically 2 problems in one. So to find the exterior angle, you're just going to do 180 minus the angle. To find the number of sides, you're going to do 360 divided by the angle. So that's what we're going to do. So in this case, it's going to be, so to find the interior angle, we're going to do 180 minus 12. So 180 minus 12 tells us the inside angle is 168. To find the number of sides, we're going to do 360 divided by the angle. So 360 divided by 12. And we get 30. So this shape has 30 sides, and each interior angle is 168 degrees. Okay, on the next one, again, interior angle is 180 minus 45. So in this case, 180 minus 45 is 135. So interior angle is 135. To find the number of sides, we do 360 divided by that number it gave us. So 360 divided by 45 is 8. So this shape has 8 sides. Oops, n equals 8. Okay. The last part is probably the hardest type of problem. So it says the sum of the angles of the polygon with n sides is given. Find n. So if you think about how this works, the formula for sum is n minus 2 times 180 gives you this number, 540. So essentially, I need to divide both sides by 180 so that this will cancel. And I end up with n minus 2 equals 3. Then all I have to do is add 2 to both sides, and I get n equals 5. So this has 5 sides. So if we shortcut this, we're going to take this number divided by 180. So 2880 divided by 180 is 16. So n minus 2 has to equal 16, and just add 2 to both sides. So n equals 18. Now your homework is divided up into pieces. So the first part's going to be the recall part. So the first part is going to be name it by its sides and then classify it. Is it convex, concave? Is it regular, equilateral, or equiangular? Then you're going to have some like example 1, which this formula was just the n minus 2 times 180. So if it just says find the sum, that's n minus 2 times 180. If you're looking for one angle inside the polygon, n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. If I'm looking for the missing angles, if it's inside, we have to do the n minus 2 times 180. Then we add up all of the angles, set it equal to that number, and then solve for x. If it's exterior, we know it adds to 360. For 8 and 9, find one exterior angle, just 360 divided by n. 10 and 11, the interior is 180 minus the exterior angle. The number of sides is 360 divided by the exterior angle. And the last two, you just take the sum divided by 180 and then add 2. So that's basically all the sections of your homework. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Thank you.